You're listening to the Fictioneers podcast.
Previously on Weave.
No Gethiran patter, please. The deal is sealed. As she gets the part of that with your cast, please leave. Have a nice day.
Nods.
But there is a stream of sand going down this thing's gullet. 40 feet down, there's just like a pool of sand. And then out runs this massive multi-legged eel. And it, like with all of its different legs, it isn't telling the truth, that is the verbal component. It is repeating that lie. The Grecian man talking to you, there are two minds in his head. One where his head is, and one where his throat is. All right, let's get into it.
I clapped really hard. I clapped really hard.
Yeah, make those hands bleed.
I also clapped really hard. I don't know why.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Clark, and you're listening to the Fictioneers podcast. This campaign, Weave, is the result of a collaborative world-building effort between all six of us, myself, and the players, and apparently a heavy clapping effort. Say hello, players.
Yes, Chef.
Yes, Chef.
Weave's a D&D 5th edition actual play podcast focused on creating a wondrous world and exploring character growth. And while we will be learning more about the world of Weave soon, let's return to the scene at the moment. All right, players, you are in the belly of this massive obsidian serpent. A giant eel with the head of an anglerfish and a dozen human legs, maybe 25 feet in length, lies dead behind you in a room full of pools of black, oily ichor. In front of you, 5 people lay trapped in a magical sphere, a cage woven of rough shod leather. Arlo, or perhaps something deeper, more profound than Arlo from outside, has just cast Detect Thoughts, detecting not 5, but 6 sources of thought coming from the cage. The 4 members of the Public Rescue Service that are there, the 1 member of the Qalamkari delegation in the cage, and a 6th source coming from the throat of an Grecian man named Qamrah. Arlo, you, from that out-of-body experience, kind of just shoot back into your body.
There's something wrong here.
Yes, I agree.
Something else. No, I mean, there's something inside. Oh, inside of him.
In the cage?
I mean, we're inside something.
Indeed, we are.
Qamrah looks at you, Arlo, and says, inside of who?
I mean, I don't want to raise any alarm bells, but you seem to have a passenger.
I don't feel a thing. Marq, tell me what Detect Thoughts does exactly. So you hear the surface thoughts, right?
Yeah, I initially learn the surface thoughts of any creature, what's most important on its mind, and then as an action, I can shift my attention to another creature's thoughts, but I can also probe deeper, where the target must make a wisdom saving throw. I will go ahead and do that now. So, since we're out of combat,
Yeah.
presuming that I have ample time, ultimately I can shift my focus around the people that are in the cage. But I am going to... Qamrah, did you say his name was?
Yeah, Qamrah.
I am, in fact, going to probe deeper into Qamrah.
Into Qamrah's or the other presence you detect within him?
If I can pinpoint this other thing as a separate consciousness and not just like an influence, then yes, I will probe into that thing specifically.
And you have to be able to see it?
Yeah, you can focus your mind on any one creature that you can see within 30 feet of you. Yeah, so I guess I do have to see it.
Okay, but you can detect the thoughts if you can't see it.
Correct.
Okay, we'll play it like that then. You cannot see what is projecting these thoughts, so you couldn't delve deeper into its mind, but the surface thoughts of it are the exact words that Qamrah just said.
I don't like the look of this. Or rather, I don't like the sound of it.
No?
This voice, this other entity. It's either echoing our friend here, or controlling what he says. Influencing.
Controlling, I would think.
Are you going to go ahead and read Qamrah's thoughts?
Yeah, I'll push deeper and I'll make him roll a wisdom saving throw. And it'll be, I believe, against a 14, but let me double check.
He will intentionally fail the save.
Interesting.
But his surface thoughts are, someone needs to get this out of me now. Someone needs to kill it. The lower thoughts, hatred of Hippodamo. Maybe hatred's a strong word. Looks down upon Hippodamo.
This motherfucker.
But also, he fears for his life in multiple ways. He fears that he's going to dehydrate and starve here because whatever he tries to eat something here, it's not satiating him. He fears that he, for some reason, cannot speak anymore, that something else is speaking from him. And he's worried that if Hippodamo is the one who got here, what happened to everyone else?
I will, in a hushed tone, lean over to Hippodamo specifically. There's something else. He wants it out of him. I assume that would be the presence.
Parasite.
I mean, among other things, he's afraid, but I don't know how to help him.
I have some things I can try. I'll walk back up to the sphere of knotted leather. Qamrah, come here. It's not solid, right? I can put a hand through it?
You could try.
I'll try putting my hand through.
I will stop Hippodamo because we determined that it was electrocuted last time.
Oh, right.
So Arlo will put forth a hand and go, oh, I think it's a bit spicy, the leather.
Right. Wizards!
Can Genevieve be investigating the knot work while this conversation is happening?
Yeah, what do you want to get out of this investigation?
I am trying to determine, obviously, the nature of the magic that was woven into the knots, and I'm also trying to determine, how nice is this craftsmanship, right? Is this some sloppy mage's work who's just oh, we gotta put this up quick, we gotta get out of here, right? Or is this, someone sunk a fuck ton of time into it?
Give me an Arcana check.
Hold on. Fee is willing to help you with that, but I don't think it's on the same level of the craftsmanship. Certainly the what is this doing, Fee is also investigating this at the same time, so I'm happy to give you a help action.
Roll with advantage.
That's a 23.
On a 23, the craftsmanship of this is not a type of magic that is created by formal study, by rigorous scientific methods that you're used to. This is a folk tradition that is passed down and sort of metamorphosed over hundreds, if not thousands of years. Nothing about this speaks to high engineering. This is something that someone was taught over and over and over again. And it has all of those weird signs of that. There's just an extra knot here. Why is that here? I don't know. It's just there. And the way you can be certain that this is kind of a long held, and it's a specific tradition, right? Is that if this was something more formal, more intentional, the material would be much more intentional. They're using the leather because it's the only thing they can use to make this. And it occurs to you, where did they get the leather? That's a question on your mind.
What does the connection look like between the leather and the wall?
It seems like the sphere is sort of free standing. I mean, there's a couple of ropes just tying it to the wall for structure, but for the most part, it's not super tied into the wall. The thing that's keeping people from breaking this isn't the strength of the leather itself, it is the threat of violence or death from the magical blowback.
Are there anchor points between the orb and the pieces that are hanging, supporting the orb to the wall? If we were to get rid of the anchors on the walls, would that undo the knot work?
It might, but if you undid the anchors on the walls, the sphere might collapse in on itself and it might harm the inhabitants.
I'd like to open up a telepathic line to Genevieve, and just in my voice you hear, "Do we want to let them out? I have something I can try."
And I am responding in kind, too, with telepathy.
We can try. I'm not sure exactly how useful this is going to be. If we had a way to penetrate the magic or keep things open, we could break the anchors up top and then the entire thing would collapse. The issue is that there's a risk of it collapsing inward unless we can somehow force it to go outward. Quite frankly, I'm more interested in studying the knotwork. This is passed down generational magic. This isn't academic study that I am used to. I suppose the rest of you probably want to save them, and we'll probably get paid more if we save all of them, so I'm trying to think of a way that we can get around this. I don't exactly have magic that dispels other magic.
I don't exactly either, but as complicated or uncomplicated as it is, it's elemental.
I am going to cast Absorb Elements.
All right. Your verbal component for Absorb Elements is you must tell a lie.
I'll look at Qamrah, and I'll just go, I think you're gonna be just fine.
Holy shit.
Let me pull up Absorb Elements.
I am using this a little bit against its written instructions, but, you know.
Well, you would like punch it, and then when you take the damage, you would activate Absorb Elements. It's very slightly different.
I think this is a very cool use of Absorb Elements. So I think if you want to try to preserve the knotwork itself, you can give me an Arcana check.
Sure, I'll go ahead and roll Arcana. 14.
I'm going to say that's good enough to keep some of it intact. So you put your hand up to this barrier, and you feel lightning coursing through your body. Warm, powerful, potent energy. And you just force it back into the spherical cage. All the supports snap. The magic of it is dispelled, and it falls in on top of the group.
In that mess, I want to dig out Qamrah ASAP and get him restrained.
Give me an opposed athletics check.
As soon as it drops a seed, Bond just kind of shoot and starts rifling through this like massive leather with all four of his arms, trying to look for Qamrah. What a slippery bastard!
Bond, bring him to me.
First roll of the day. I don't know if you can tell. That's a 20, gamers.
Wow.
Oh, hell yeah.
He's fucking restrained, man.
Four arms.
I got the boy in a full Nelson, and I got my other two arms like grabbing his legs. He's fully like.
Yeah, and he's like, unhand me, I intend no harm to you.
Perhaps you don't, but your passenger might. And I'll walk over to Hippodamo.
Nor I to you, Qamrah, whether you believe it or not. I'd like to put a hand on Qamrah and attempt to use the neutralize poison or disease function of Lay on Hands. It's like a parasite. I don't know if that works.
I don't rule that works. I'm gonna rule that parasites are a disease. We treat them like a disease. Hippodamo, what does it look like when you use Lay on Hands?
I think it is almost field medicine. I'm not necessarily from a holy order, I'm just from a knightly order, and this is more the imposition of my healing expertise than anything else. It's not a static just pat. There's some magical energy that transfers, there's some glow, but I'm actually applying my hand over places that seem like they have been affected. In this case, I guess his throat.
And I think you kind of like draw like a Fibonacci spiral at the end of this over his throat. And he watches this guy kind of starts to like getting ready to throw up.
Make sure to hold him still.
And you watch as like his mouth unhinges and you see just like a row of teeth as an eel swims out and falls onto the ground just covered in this black ichor.
Kill it! I'm gonna unarmed attack, stomp on it, flurry of blows, to stomp on it 3 times before it can fucking move.
It fucking dies. It dies.
Just paste it.
On one hand, I wish that you hadn't done that, because I would love to study it. On the other hand,
Study its corpse.
far be it from me to argue with you.
You've really never been to an incursion before, have you?
I mage hand, pick up the corpse, and just like dangle it in front of Genevieve.
Birdie want a worm?
Genevieve casts a mage hand, and like with her mage hand starts poking and prodding at it.
You'd have to study this at a desk to get anything out of it.
Arlo, did any of the others... Was anyone else infected?
I didn't sense anything else. No.
Good.
5 minds and a passenger.
Oh, I still haven't put Qamrah down. Is he good?
He's knocked out.
He's KO'd? Okay, I'll put him down.
The rest of the members of the Public Rescue Service, well, there's Cyrus, who's the incursion test with like the cloud head, and part of the cloud is kind of turned to stone. They're basically incapacitated as well. Fabix and Rasia is the Grecian woman, Fabix is the human cleric. They're looking at this and they're like, they believe that they are in over their heads at this point.
Come on, let's get these people up. We've got a few miles to go before there's water. All of the water inside the incursion that's not part of a creature has turned to sand, so I can't offer you anything now.
Can none of you heal your friend or anything? The less people we have to carry, the better. And we have another incapacitated fellow here.
And I'll kind of like slap Qamrah's face. Not hard, but like kind of, wake up.
I can do some.
Fabix, they'll walk over to...
Don't get the parasite-laden one up. Get the other one up first.
They're like, Cyrus is dealing with something that's beyond my understanding.
Aye.
The fishmen, the anglermen, is that what we're going to call them? They tried to feed us this oil, and they fed it to Cyrus, and they haven't been the same. Their head's starting to turn to stone, and I don't know how to fix this.
Did they feed it to this one? What is one? Qamrah is his name, yes?
Yeah, though he said he didn't swallow any of it.
Well, something stuck.
Well, he had a parasite in his throat, so I think that oil has something to do with it. Only our friend here isn't stony like your Cyrus.
Turning to stone is beyond my ken. We'd need a cleric who can, I don't even know, cast some form of restoration magic, I would think. We'll have to get them back to Ponte Sivira.
When these creatures died, didn't they turn to like powdered sand? Isn't that similar to the stone? You think it's related?
Yes, it seems like the oil is what turns things to stone.
Give me a nature check, actually, everyone.
Sure.
Just an even 10.
Wow, a 19!
5.
An 11.
Average intelligence for a lovely 6.
All right, on a 19, you know everything about these Hippodamo. The nature of the oil is that it is blood, it is milk, and it is life.
Uh-huh.
It is entirely central to the life cycle of these beings. In fact, it is the only liquid that could be. It is the only possible way in which they could sustain themselves. Extrapolate upon that, like, oh, hey, you've seen the black occur lots of places. Kind of looked like an eel. And you would also know that this serpent you are inside of, this is a bigger form of whatever Mama was.
Good, cool.
This is the matriarch, the grandmama.
Ooh. We're going to need to get your friend here to a cleric very quickly. Somehow you have all become involved in the life cycle of these creatures. I shudder to think what would have happened to Qamrah had that eel grown larger within him.
Likely would have killed him.
Well,
Wreaked havoc if he got back to Ponte Sifira.
Perhaps he would have turned into one of those angler fishermen.
that or the eels that sire them.
Perhaps. Anyway, we should find a way out of here. Come on! Yeah.
And I'll put like Qamrah on my back, kind of hold him in place with my lower two arms.
Genevieve chops the head off of this eel and like puts it in a jar.
Okay. Yeah, you have a jar with an eel head.
Yeah.
The floor is all sand, right? Effectively?
So the floor is a mix of that black stone that functions kind of weirdly. You know, there's sand on it, there's ichor on it at parts.
Can I quickly, take some of this leather and fashion it into a sled for the other incapacitated one?
Do you just have, leather working tools or something like that?
I do have leather working tools.
Okay, I'm going to say this is going to take 10 minutes.
Sure. Is everyone good with taking 10 minutes to do that, or does someone want to carry them?
No, that's fine. We can help restore anyone. I still have some healing magic if anyone's hurt.
Can we cut the time partially if I help? Fee can just point at things and I'll just help assemble.
Yeah, I'll give you 3 minutes off of that.
Do I need to roll, or does it just happen?
Roll just to see the quality of it,
Got it.
and note that number for me.
That's going to be a 15.
Yeah. Bon, the man from Qalamkari.
Tervan Losana Kalam Lishanzir.
Yeah, we will be calling Lishan from this point on. He looks overjoyed to see you, and he, in a rare show of caste impropriety, just gives you a big bear hug. And perhaps he doesn't realize quite what you are yet, but...
I look kind of confuse myself and don't return the hug. A little close for comfort.
No, we are going to get out of here just fine, he says to you in Qalamkari. You've come to rescue me, now we just need to get the head weaver.
And I respond in Qalamkari, Head Weaver, is there someone else here?
Well, the head weaver and, her attendants. Do you not know Turvan Seru Gorana Loka Ur?
Do I know that name? I mean, I recognize that it shares a name with me, which means my mother's family.
This person is your cousin by, like, familial relation. You don't... Have you met them? Probably not.
When we were like 5 type thing.
Maybe not even that, but, like, you definitely have a familial relationship to this person, because the Seru family was another prominent family of weavers, which is why your father married someone from the Seru family.
Mm-hmm. They're here. The head weaver is here. There's another group. Or are they back at the city?
We were on our way, and we were attacked by the serpent.
I'll speak to the rest of the group in weave talk. Cartographers common, that's it, yeah. I'll say, there's another group of survivors.
More rescues.
Yes.
If we can find them, great.
No, we were going to find them.
I hate to suggest this, but is this the point at which we consider splitting up?
Yes.
One group takes this group out, and then the rest of us forge on?
I'm fine with that. Someone take this off my hands.
Here, you can put them in the sled.
Perfect.
As much as I am loath for reducing our chances of survival, I suppose getting these people out of here is probably the better play.
I've got some questions to pose. How are you getting these people out of here?
That's a great question.
Great fucking question, Clark. We have no idea.
That's for the B group to find out. But probably something along the lines of going back the way we came, no?
Well, we fell down.
What was that big drop? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gotta have a poop chute.
Yes, the poop chute. You didn't have to use those words.
That was not in character, and you know it. I didn't have the accent.
No, but can we make it in character, please?
If we don't go back the way we came, there's always poop chute. There.
I really do, again, wish you had not said it that way, but it might prove easier of an exit than where we came from. We're not dragging these people up 100 feet by rope.
Genevieve in the background looks like she's having some sort of internal mental conflict.
Let's forge on.
Only way out is through.
What is the plan?
The plan is to continue down the digestive tract.
Yep.
So no split up.
Okay.
We are currently seeking the poop chute.
Did we see the tail when we were approaching, or is that under the waves?
That's under the waves.
Great. Okay.
Under the sand sea. We can always make an exit.
In the stone that's impenetrable?
That's true.
You can go back the way you came, try to find an exit there, or you could keep on going. This seems to go deeper. There's like a hallway to your left that just seems to go deeper.
We'll keep going until we find a passage we're not confident we can bring these people back up through. At which point, if we do find such a thing, we'll split up and have some people turn around.
Yes, I'm not leaving without this other group of survivors.
Nope, nor am I. Come along.
Yep, I'm following. I haven't severed the telepathic connection with Genevieve yet. I'll just kind of, as an aside, I'll just go.
You know, I'd honestly leave them if they weren't so expensive.
It's as good a motivation as any. If I could see in the dark, I'd have half the mind to turn around and go back the way we came. But I don't think that's going to really work anymore.
You've got the wings, but not the dark vision.
Yes, I can't see, and I'd really rather not fall into a bottomless pit.
Y'all carry on for maybe about 30 minutes through winding passage after winding passage. Nothing branching off. It just seems to keep coiling in on itself over and over until you hear... Yeah, everybody roll me a perception check.
Someone blow my dice. Thank you, Julia.
It's too late for me, I rolled an 8.
Percepciones, that is a 17.
I also get a 17.
13.
I got a 6.
For those of you who rolled 17s, in the distance, you hear sort of like scratching on stone. And then, I don't know, something big and wet sort of like falls to the ground.
I'll hold my hand out. We are not alone.
And then you hear more wet sounds, like something... Who here has killed someone before?
Yep.
So, if you've ever heard someone stabbed with a blade, it sounds like that.
Good.
At that, Bond's gonna start running.
Yeah, you run straight into a chamber and see 3 sand falls in various parts of this large chamber on the left side, an angler person is kind of bathing in one of these sandfalls, rubbing themselves with all this dirt and sand. In another corner, you see a group of 5 anglermen. In front of them is a dead one of those giant eel things, and they are carving it up. And there are also the bodies of a couple of anglermen next to that dead eel. Those have been carved up as well. The skin has been flayed from the body.
No Qalamkaris?
Nope.
Alright, yeah. If I see enemy, I attack enemy.
Oh, you just run ahead and attack enemy?
Fuck yeah!
Roll initiative.
That's how Bond rolls, baby.
Alright, so we got 6 anglermen.
I was going to say that I was going to chase Bon, but I guess...
I'll let you do that. You'll get there. Did anyone else chase Bon?
I think Genevieve did as very much a, no, wait, don't leave me here.
I am not leaving these incapacitated rescue people alone.
Yeah, I'm also probably standing with the sled.
Alright, everybody roll initiative. Oh, right. So the initiative order is going to be Bon, half the monsters, Hippodamo, Arlo, Genevieve, Fee, and then the rest of the monsters. Top of the round, Bon, you run in. These anglermen turning your general direction. You're having a little bit of difficulty seeing in the dark, but you can see their geodesic, unseeing eyes, and they're looking through you.
The one that's bathing, flying kick. That's the one I'm going for.
Showers? Nuh-uh.
Isolate the one that's by itself. You know what I mean?
That's in range, so you just...
I run in, see him showering, whip up with the brain, and use it to wire work like a flying kick into it. That's like my opening strike.
Roll the hit.
Ooh, I'm rolling good tonight. That's a 22.
Yep, that's definitely going to hit.
That is 7 bludgeoning damage.
You knock it out of its sand shower, and it looks at you, goes, which is maybe Angler Man for, hey man, I was taking my shower.
Bonus action, follow-up attack.
Yep.
That's higher than the last one. And that is another 7 damage. As I fly and kick, and as I land, I go for a straight uppercut right in the jaw.
You hear some of the teeth crack with that forceful blow, and this anglerman is like looking for any sort of weapon it can grab, and you watch as it reaches into its mouth and pulls out a nasty big tooth and immediately goes in to try to stab you with it like a dagger. 21 hit?
Yep.
That's gonna be 3 piercing damage.
I try to block it with one of my classic kind of like wrist taps, but he's faster than I think, and he gets me right in the forearm.
Yeah. It's like your vision lied to you about the speed of this attack. Something is just strange about fighting here. And then we go on. 2 more anglermen they're gonna stop carving through this big eel. They're gonna pick up spears, and they're gonna run. Arlo and Genevieve, give me a perception check.
That's gonna be a whopping 8 for me.
I got a 21. I got a natural 20.
Bow,
Let's
bow,
go.
bow, 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 bow.
Genevieve, you know these things are blind. That's very obvious. They seem to look straight through Arlo, and then they look at you, and it is clear to you that they are looking at you. It's almost as if Arlo just did not register to them for some reason. And one of them goes, points to you, and the other one nods, and then the one that pointed to you then goes over to attack Bon. So we're gonna do another attack on Bon. I think they have to throw the spear at you, actually, yeah. That's gonna miss.
Damn it! I wanted them to hit me.
Yeah, sorry, dog.
No deflect missile, come on!
And then the one going at Genevieve is gonna run and hit, I assume, there's a 19 hit?
It would, but I'm gonna cast Shield and say no thank you.
What does your shield look like?
Genevieve spreads one of her hands, and there's a wall of magenta feathers that pops up and catches the blow.
Oh, hell yeah. And just his cotton feathers, and like, now he pulls out the spear and shakes all the feathers off.
And now, while the shield is active, there are like spectral feathers that kind of float around Genevieve.
Yeah, I think your 2 hands, you've already formed a preemptive cat's cradle in each to create the spell. Hippodamo, you're further down the hallway. You could use your action and your movement to get into melee range of some of these increment, or you could use your movement to just get close.
There's nothing coming down the hallway.
Behind you? Nothing behind you.
Okay, so there can't have been anything going. Then yeah, I'll dash into the room.
And Genevieve will call out, "It looks like they're after me."
I will just dash into the room. I'm, like, out of stuff, so I think that's all I can do.
Then it's going to be Arlo.
I have one more second level spell slot, so we're gonna give it a try to do a Chaos Bolt against the one that is attacking Genevieve.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't think that that's very good unless this guy is just simply not wearing armor. That's gonna be a 14 to hit? Actually, that wasn't bad.
That'll hit. They're not wearing armor.
Oh, hell yeah, it happened. Okay, cool. I just rolled 2 5s on my d8s, so that's gonna bounce to an additional target. But, first of all, that is going to be lightning damage. 4, 4, 8. That's gonna be 18 damage. And then I'm gonna roll again to target an additional anglerman within 30 feet. Which I presume the one that is attacking Bon is within 30 feet?
Yeah, friendly game.
Okay, that is going to be a 21 to hit.
Yep.
No additional jumping, but that's gonna be 9, 8.
It's fucking dead.
Okay, cool. Alright, wait, did I get 2 of them in that same round?
Get him.
How much damage did you deal to the first one?
18.
Yeah, that's fucking dead too.
Damn!
Holy shit.
What's the lie you tell this time?
I cock my head. There's kind of a shudder of remaining lightning energy that goes down my form, and I just go, "This isn't going to hurt."
Arlo spinning this
We love
curse
it.
that has so much aura.
He's figured out the gimmick.
We watch as lightning arcs between these two anglermen. You can see all of their organs are like lit up inside their bodies from the light that is entering them, and then they just fall to the ground and they smell of burnt flesh. The other anglermen in the room immediately clock that you've killed 2 of their own, and that seems to change their body language in a way where they're like, they were ready to fight you, now they're looking at the 2 other ones on the ground. They seem uncertain as to what to do at this point.
That ends my turn.
All right, Genevieve.
Cool. The one that is standing in the middle of the room needs to make me a intelligence save, DC 13, as I cast Mind Sliver.
Nope, absolutely the fuck not.
Nice. That's a D6 psychic damage, and it subtracts 1d4 from the next saving throw before the start of my next turn.
All right, roll the damage.
5 psychic damage. As one of the feathers around Genevieve lines up behind the cat's cradle she makes with 2 hands and fires into the brain of the anglerman, and they stagger backwards.
Anything else this turn, Genevieve?
I'm gonna pull out the eel head. It's still in the jar. I'm gonna hold it up to see if their eyes follow it or not.
Yep, absolutely, they do.
Cool. Can I bonus action chuck it?
Yeah, you know, you're a weak Psychnosian woman who has spent her entire life holding up books. You weigh 90 pounds, you throw it 10 feet.
Yep, The jar doesn't even break.
Yeah, the jar is... Now we go to Fee. Fee, you have seen this scene unfold as told just now.
Yeah, Fee is standing back here with the bodies and is a little bit confused. So Fee's looking at all this, and especially like with that flash from the lightning damage that went over, is seeing this scene of a bunch of these creatures who, like, a couple of rooms ago, ride or die, and now they're cutting these things up and seemingly, like, I don't know if they're trying to eat them or what exactly is going on. So I think, like, with the flashes of light of all these different pieces of magic going off, I think Fee's going to spend her turn just trying to look at what's going on and just use her mind a bit and be like, why are they dissecting this?
Hey, give me an insight check.
Can it be investigation?
Sure. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Hell yeah, because I have a -1 to insight. Well, it's not great. It's only an 11.
On an 11, you know that the ichor is central to these things' life cycle. Hippodamo has confirmed that. Everything you've seen, like, this ichor just keeps on showing up. And then you think back to the room. Where did they get the leather?
I think Fee is looking at that and calls out, I think there are hostages nearby. I think they're harvesting leather for hostages. And I think that's my turn. She's using her whole action to put this shit together.
Yeah, they look at their dead comrades, they look at the body of the eel in front of them, and they look at the two flayed anglermen next to it. And two of them, they grab their dead anglermen comrades, they go up to a wall, the third one puts his hand against the wall, and you watch as it just sort of walks through it, like walking through molasses, and the other two dragging bodies follow, leaving one anglerman alive in the center of this room, without allies, without friends, and without a weapon.
And with a nasty headache.
Yeah, and he's got a terrible headache, and he really wants some ibuprofen.
That's a neat trick.
Top of the round.
I would like to grapple this remaining one.
All right, give me an opposed athletics.
I have a thing that lets me use my dexterity for this.
What's the base number you rolled?
That is a 19 total.
Yeah, you're good.
I restrain him, lift him up off the ground, and walk towards the molasses wall. And I want to use one of my arms to control his arm, basically.
It doesn't seem to be having the desired effect. We're out of combat at this point. There's one guy left.
Yeah, I just have him, locked up. All four limbs locked up with one of my arms just, using his, trying to go through the wall, but she said it's not working.
Everybody can give me a perception check.
Oh, not terrible. That is going to be an 18, actually.
Not been rolling great on perception. I got a 4.
So 13.
Only an 8.
That's a 21 for me.
Arlo and Bon, you know with certainty that this is the same eel you just fought back in that earlier room.
Oi, he looks familiar.
Genevieve goes and picks up the jar that did not break. You know, that wasn't entirely worth nothing. One, that was quite an impressive display of arcane prowess, Arlo.
Oh, yeah, I suppose I just got lucky.
And I've also discovered, and Genevieve holds the jar up and shakes it a little bit, they can't see us, per se. They are blind. But they know exactly where this is, because they didn't see Arlo at all. In fact, it only seems they really respond to threats when members of their groups are injured or die. But the jar here, I guess, the eel itself with the ichor, that's what they respond to. It's not, oh, there are threats, it's something is carrying that eel. Perhaps maybe they're attuned to this, whatever life cycle we're witnessing here.
Nothing means more than family, right?
It's so
Why would you say that? Oh, God.
I mean, that's certainly one way to put it, Arlo.
Keep your friends close and your family closer.
Arlo's not wrong, but that does not help us get through this wall.
Is this wall our only way forward? Does the passage not lead any further?
This is the way they went through.
Yes, but who knows where they were going?
If I had to guess, if that's the same thing, we can't necessarily say there's a secret room behind there. Maybe that's just how they travel from one place to the other, and that's how they beat us here in the first place. So maybe only they can go through, other people can't go through, and the people that we're looking for are just up ahead rather than through the wall.
We should check just up ahead. Clark, is there a passage other than going through the wall?
There seems to be a small passage at the end of this room that you can, shimmy through.
Alright, let's shimmy, and I'll break this Anglerman's neck and drop him.
You guys, all of you shimmy through this crack in the back of the room. About 2 minutes, it just keeps going and going until you find yourself in a room that looks very different than what you've been seeing. The inside of this eel has been entirely organic in terms of the wall textures. Everything seems to feel like either a natural cave or an extension of this serpent's body. This, however, is not that. This is, for lack of a better term, a temple. You can see leather vases line the walls of this small, maybe 20-foot by 20-foot room. The walls are cut into not crude, but very elegant depictions of ritual, power, and deity. In the center of the room lays a sort of stone idol made of tar and damite, a pink frosted metal. The shape of it is more of something lacking definite shape. You can see snaking, coiling eels biting into some sort of fleshy mass, one large gaping mouth at the top, shooting upwards. And on each of these eels, suckling angler men carved in intricate detail. This stone idol is maybe like 5 or 6 feet tall. This is large. It is a valuable work of art, and it is clearly religious in the way it has been treated.
It's great that it's valuable. Too bad it hurts to fucking look at. So there are some things depicting rituals. What do these rituals look like?
The left part of it is like an anglerman who's laying on the ground, and you can see its legs extend throughout the entire drawing because the legs are getting woven into rope. And this rope extends through a ritual. You can see anglermen hoisting something above a pit. You can see dozens of anglermen inside the pit that are reaching up almost as if they're like drowning in this pit at the bottom of this panel. There is a very ornately dressed angler man at the center of this who is like reaching upwards in praise towards a similar looking amalgam to what is in the middle of this room. This is all contained inside of a large serpent. Anyone can give me a nature check or a religion check.
That's going to be a dirty 20 religion.
Fee, you would know that this is a tale of origin. This is clearly marking something that is not only a spiritual life cycle, but a literal life cycle. This is clearly the birth of something important. It's perhaps even apocalyptic in its nature.
Does it feel like this serpent goes through this ritual to create a new serpent, but the creation of that new serpent kills the old serpent and everything inside sort of deal?
Precisely that.
Do I get the impression that, and this might seem like a weird question given the context, but do I get the impression that this is a serpent that is from our world that got caught up in the incursion, or that the serpent came through with the incursion and the two happened at the same time?
The serpent came through with the incursion. The two things just are happening to coincide. With TJ's very high roll, all of you are going to be armed with that knowledge. I think Fee is able to explain that insight to all of you.
They appear to be drowning, right? These anglermen appear to be drowning at the bottom of this thing.
The ones thrown into the pit seem to be yes.
What are they drowning in?
Some sort of liquid.
Right, we seem to have a significant lack of that around here.
Except for the ichor.
Does it look like the same liquid as the ichor, or does it look like it's depicted differently?
Hard to tell. It's probably the ichor. It's the only liquid you've seen.
So it's like a double-edged sword sort of thing. It's their life and it's their death.
One way to think about it.
Do we get the sense that these anglermen come from a place where this everything is not what it seems, Wizards of Waverly Place vibe we've got going on here?
Is that native to the anglermen, or is that specific to this incursion? Did the incursion cross them as well?
The anglermen are from this incursion. The serpent happened to have been caught up in it. So the nature of liquid in all of this is the nature of the incursion.
I see, okay. Well, I don't know, this problem then maybe seems like it's self-solving. A sort of self-fulfilling prophecy. I mean, who are we to make sure that their life cycle does or doesn't complete?
That's not what I'm concerned about here. The incursion can collapse at any time. Just want to get people out of it.
Oh, where's your sense of research?
I don't have a sense of research. That's not why I entered these things. Here to rescue people.
This is not a research mission, this rescue mission.
Ah, but a little research on the side? Just think of the academic expanse.
Take drawings if you must.
I'm going to, while we're standing here. And Genevieve produces a notebook with a little bit of sass as she starts sketching.
While we have this little bit of a lull, Bond's gonna check the braid and see if it's doing anything.
It's chilling for now.
Okay. Just checking in, making sure. Hey buddy, what's going on?
Well, we've got some expensive prisoners.
I mean, some hostages that we have to save for the good of people everywhere.
The lead weaver and their retinue. And I'll try to look around for like a way forward as people are taking like mural etchings and writing notes and such.
Nothing.
And there's not a living thing inside of us. There's just that statue in the mural, right?
Yep.
Not to be a sorcerer that has one trick and one trick only, but the walls of this place, they're the same stone that I have tried to move before, right?
Yeah.
If I were to go back out through the poop chute that we came in here from, the wall that it seemed like these Anglermen went through, knowing that this material isn't like anything in particular, does that maybe help me, like, if I were to try mold earth on that wall?
Are you lying when you cast Mold Earth?
Yes, I will step up to the wall, and I will, again, kind of with a little bit of a smirk, because Arlo thinks that he's figured out the gimmick. He'll go, I don't think this is going to work at all.
You feel that hand that's been on the back of your head since you've been in this incursion grip really tightly, and it seems to demand more than that.
Alright, I'm not looking forward to the payday here, and really, I just want to save these people.
I think it's demanding a lie that could hurt people. That could hurt a lot of people.
I get it, you want more. I don't know that I'm privy to that kind of thing. Real or lie. I will sit down at the wall and think for a moment, if there's anything else that anyone wants to do.
I'm gonna touch my hand to the mural. That does anything.
It's a little bit oily, but nothing happens.
I'd like to go inspect the statue in the center of the room. For one thing, does it look like this can move at all?
The thing it depicts or the statue itself?
The statue itself.
I mean, the statue could be moved by someone carrying it.
Okay, but it doesn't look like it's meant to be moved secret passage style.
No.
Okay. Is it... Oh, I'm gonna regret doing this. Does it have any of the oil on it?
No.
Okay. I'm gonna just go collect some of the oil. Put it on the statue.
From where?
Bond's got some oil in his hands, so he kind of like walks over and like wipe it on the statue.
Yeah, Bon. Just a hunch.
You watch as the statue kind of like wriggles and writhes.
Yep, nope. Oh, I knew that was a bad idea. I'm sorry. I don't know why I asked us to do that. Fuck.
Fuck, I'm going to kill something again.
The statue glows really, really brightly.
Oh, wait.
Start wrapping the braid around one of my fists in preparation for something.
You see tendrils start to come out of the braid and reach for the statue, and everyone else sees these tendrils coming off of Bond's whip.
Bon, what does that mean?
It's hungry.
What does that mean?
To answer that question, you watch as the braid leaps out of Bond's hand. The tendrils grip this statue, and the tip of the whip opens almost into like a maw and starts to swallow the statue like a snake.
What the fuck? Bon, what is that?
What the fuck is that?
And Bond, behind you, because you took him with you, Lishan Zir shouts in like pure disgust, Nafaran Ur, in Qalamkari, Curse Eater.
Bon, what is it doing?
As I said, it's eating, devouring.
Why?
Because that is its purpose. Are you familiar with the Curse Eaters of Qalamkari?
Can I do a history check?
I think the people that would know would be Hippodamo and Genevieve, and even then you're gonna have to roll a history check, and it's gonna be a hard one.
Ooh, I want to try. I have a +5 to history. That's a 7. What the? You're going to dice jail.
I got a 12.
No idea what that means.
I have encountered your people in many contexts. I have never even heard of something like this.
Curse Eaters, our charge is to destroy and devour curses to the Empire, be them magic or mundane, foreign or domestic. These are penance or crime.
Huh. And that's pretty literal, huh?
The Empire is not known for being subtle.
Well, there goes few hundred Tron worth of tar tonight.
Not like we could have carried it back.
Oh, it's only a few hundred Tron. We'll find some more.
I had other ideas, but
I look at Genevieve like, the fuck you talking about?
Genevieve says that and then goes back to, like, doodling. Realizes that Fee is looking at her. She just looks at Fee.
What? It's not like Tron is this super rare coin.
And then goes back to doodling.
I'm gonna look at Hippodamo like, this bitch.
have you never met a rich Psychnosian before? They're all like this.
I had some friends that worked for a rich Psychnosian, but no, I haven't had the pleasure.
Oh, what were they doing?
Building a tower.
Oh, they worked for me. Hi.
Oh, they worked for you.
Assuming this is my divination tower that they worked on.
Bond's just watching as his weapon eats this statue as this conversation goes on around him.
You all watch as, like, this statue turns from, like, huge to just, like, a little lump in the whip to nothing at all, and the light devoured. Whatever the magical nature of this item was, you'll never know. We'll cut to Arlo. Arlo, you've had time to think.
Yeah, Arlo is now pacing in front of this wall and is kind of playing with the loose sand and stone on the ground and sort of kicking it about. He's just kind of rattling off as many lies as he can think of. The sky is purple. My mom's name is Fran. I really like tomatoes. My sister plagiarized all of her work to get into the Mapmakers Guild.
This lie is accepted.
I thought so.
And you don't even have to cast Meld Stone, because you feel the nature of this wall become apparent to you. Tell a great enough lie, end up anywhere you want to be. Where would you like to be? Within the incursion.
Oh, I would like to be where the hostages are.
You just kind of walk in. You see a really large chamber. And it's that scene that was on the wall but played out in violent detail here. This mass of writhing mouths and giant-legged eels that are suckling onto it, and each of them has masses of anglermen suckling onto them. A group of anglermen are drowning in a pit below as magic swirls in sorcerous chaos. This is clearly a magical sacrifice happening below to power whatever the fuck is being hoisted in this room. In the center is a shaman-like figure chanting, caught up in a religious fervor. And right in front of you are some rough-shod leather cages, spherical, just like before. And you see a group of 5 Qalamkari people in there, all wearing very fine robes. They have not noticed you, but they look horrified. Some of them have black ichor dripping from their mouths because some of them are, like, caught on the floor. But 3 of them are still standing, 2 on the ground.
Is it really just this shaman that otherwise seems to be present? Are there other anglermen?
There's hundreds.
Oh, fan-fucking-tastic. I love that. I love hundreds of new friends.
That's the sort of lie that might get you back.
Do they seem fairly involved in this ritual?
Yeah, a lot of them are chanting. Some of them are hoisting the rope.
Do the prisoners seem involved?
A group of anglermen seems to be approaching the cages at this point.
Okay, interesting. Let's see, I am totally out of spell slots. Oh, I recall that they're blind. If I very quietly but visually try to get their attention, do they react?
The anglermen or the people in the cage?
The anglermen.
They don't seem to react to you at all. In fact, you know they won't, because you just told a really big lie.
How interesting. Okay, the cages, are they magically sealed the way that the other ones were?
Give me an Arcana check.
That's an 8, so I don't think I can tell from here.
50-50.
Got it. And behind me, I presume, is just a blank wall now.
Yep, just a blank wall.
Okay.
So we don't know where you went.
Yeah.
No.
Correct.
No, you don't. I've used my incursion touch ability today, too, so I don't have, like, a quick Misty Step type situation either. Can I wait and just let the anglermen pass? Do they seem like they're going to walk past me, or...?
They seem like they're headed to the cage to open it. The leather of the cage just seems like part when it puts its claws in it, doesn't seem to have any ill effects. The woman who seems to be in charge speaks in Qalamkari, something that you don't understand. Very clearly, if you touch me, you will die kind of vibes. And one of them puts their sickly little arms on her shoulders as she then casts a spell. A massive fireball erupts behind them. Everything smells of flesh burnt.
Do we hear that?
Good question.
Yeah, everybody can give me a perception check.
Excellent. I was waiting for a moment where I could pull the "Where's Arlo?"
I got an 8.
Come on. Only a 9.
3.
0.
God, we suck. Sorry,
Yeah,
Arlo.
sorry, Arlo.
Fucked.
Never mind, I got this, guys. Don't worry about it.
All of you hear just a very low, whatever that is.
Well, that is enough to catch the attention of Bond, who kind of looks around the room and goes, 1, 2. Where is Arlo, Rainborn?
Didn't you go back into the other room?
I wasn't paying attention.
I go check.
Yeah, Arlo's not there anymore, and we'll come back to Arlo.
So, does it appear that this fireball has worked in any major capacity? Or minor capacity?
A group of 5 Anglermen look dead before her. She looks completely tapped, and she's looking to her comrades. They're defenseless. They're clearly all bureaucrats, and all of the Anglermen in the room now look at this spot, at these dead Anglermen, and the ritual stops.
I will quickly establish a telepathic connection with the fireball woman, and I will, in her head, I can get you out of here. You just need to walk up to this wall and lie. Lie the biggest lie you've ever said.
She says, okay, wait, she looks behind you, nods, taps her friends, the 2 that are standing, and she points at you, grabs them, runs up to the wall, says something in Qalamkari. If you want to try to remember this, Marq, you can give me flat intelligence.
Nope, I don't remember shit. That's a 3.
You watch as the other 2 say the exact same phrase and walk through the wall. Arlo, what lie do you say on the way back?
I say, I actually feel no shame about being a burden to my parents. And I think that I've done perfectly well in life, thank you.
Yep, and you walk through it. You watch,
Damn.
Bon, you watch as 3 Qalamkari bureaucrats fall out of the wall, and then Arlo right after them.
Arlo Rainborn, you found them. And I'll kind of run over.
I found them.
Where?
Is this everyone?
Everyone I could find.
1, 2, 3. Where are the other ones? Were there not supposed to be more? I help the Qalamkari get up.
As you help that Qalamkari get up, Lishanzir is now shimmied out of that ritual room and is like, do not touch them, Curseborn, in Qalamkari.
I put my hands up, go, fine. Let them grovel on the floor then.
And he runs over and helps them up. And Turban Seru Gorana Lorca Ur says, there's many more coming. We need to get out of here now. How do we get out of here?
That's a good question.
We have to go back the way we came.
I suppose it's out the front hole, not the back hole this time.
Rainborn, how did you get through the wall?
Yes, how did you pass through that?
Oh, I lied. It's actually, yes, no, I think you can go anywhere. I think it's a sort of portal system. Walk up, lie.
We have to lie at the wall and, think of where we want to go?
That seems to be how it works. It's a magic that's far more simple, yet far more complex than I fully understand myself.
Right.
So, in theory, you could just imagine the outside, at the base of the serpent?
I think it works for the entire incursion. Since I got anyway.
Here, let's give it a shot. And Genevieve walks up and says, what, I had to lie? I'm dirt poor and so terribly miserable that I have no money.
Oh, fuck you.
Yeah, you walk through.
And yeah, am I outside now?
Hang on, jump to everyone else.
Bond's gonna go next. I very much enjoyed her comment.
Needs a bigger lie than that.
Give me a moment, I think.
Fee walks up and I think has a little bit of hesitation and then touches the wall and says loud enough magically to work, but as under her breath as possible so other people don't hear. My skill as an artificer keeps others safe.
Yep, you walk through. Hippodamo?
hang on. We still have other people around us, right? We have unconscious people?
I'll say you're able to drag them through if they're unconscious. I think that's reasonable.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'll grab as many unconscious people as I can. I'm pretty strong. I'll put my hand on the wall and I will say, I deserved better than the judgment I was given.
Ooh, is that actually a lie, though? Is that something you...
Hippodamo fully believes he deserves what he got. He doesn't like it, but he fully believes he deserved it.
You walk through. With the two unconscious people in hand, anglermen are starting to just like kind of out of the walls. Who hasn't gone through yet?
Me, Bon.
And technically Arlo, but Arlo will go last.
The Qalamkari delegation, to go through the wall, they say, "We've come in peace," and they walk through.
I ain't gonna run that. I got real quick. Fuck. That's so bad. That's so bad.
It's not good, is it?
Yeah, no, it's not good.
That's
One
bad.
time.
Bon puts his hand on. Hold on, I gotta think. This, you threw me with that. Give me a second. Fuck!
Arlo's just kind of looks at Bon, and he's like, "Well, are you coming?" And I'll put my hand up on the wall, and I will say, "I'm really excited to see Sharam, and I think that he's a fantastic boss."
Yeah, you go through. Okay, Bon, you gotta tell me what you're saying to get through.
Hand on the wall. I do not miss my family.
That's deep, and I fucking love it. Yeah, you go through. All of you find yourselves right in front of the boat. You just out of the ground with the rest of your group.
Get on the boat! Get on the boat!
And you watch just like a bunch of anglermen out of the ground. They start running for the boat.
Oh, I have a spell. Genevieve is going to run in front of Bon and cast Gust of Wind. It's right in front of her. It pops up and shoves the anglermen back as they are now fighting against a powerful gust of wind. And she looks at Bon and says, "Go on, get to the boat. I'm right behind you."
Let's go. I'll grab what's her fucking name? Grab Genevieve and hop on the boat.
Yeah. The Qalamkari are on the boat. The group of the Public Rescue Service are on the boat. All of you are on the boat. And the boatsman's like, "I don't know if I can row this, but I'll try." And he's rowing for his fucking life. Let's see how well he does.
If he needs help rowing, if he needs help, give me an oar, old man. Hippodamo will take the
shit.
other one.
Did he just get a nat 20?
Okay, I rolled with disadvantage. I rolled with fucking disadvantage, and this man got a natural 20.
This man, I think it is canon from this part out, this man is the hottest man.
Get this man having a hit.
I've worked every day of my life for this moment. And he starts rowing away. The anglermen jump into the water, are swooning at you. All of you look back at this island of obsidian, and in the middle you see the serpent is not roaring anymore. It's eating its own tail.
Ouroboros. That's significant to my subclass.
And you all kind of make it to... You can see Pontificia. You're in the bay at this point. Qalamkari ships are lining the docks, as well as the Qasalian enclave in town. They're notable shipbuilders. You can see a bunch of their metal ships there. And lined on all of them are artificers. And in the middle is, on a wooden panel, a very tall figure in shining gold armor. Massive horns curl about 3 feet out from this figure. And you look behind you, you can see that the incursion is starting to almost wobble as if it's a mirage. It's beginning to fail. And an incursion of this size is going to have catastrophic effects. The main figure in that wooden platform holds up a glaive at the ready. The bells of Pontus Yafira chime for people to seek shelter, despite the rain having mostly died down at this point. And you watch as the incursion disappears with a pop, and then an explosion. A tsunami forms on the horizon. You hear, in a thaumaturgic voice, Everybody, prepare now. On my mark. Coming from the central figure on the platform, you watch as he holds up his staff. Magical sigils appear from all of the Qalamkari and Kipsalian vessels. There's even a couple of Gilded Hand vessels, and you realize every single person on these vessels is a sorcerer, a wizard of some sort. And in the center is... Actually, Hippodamo, you would recognize the armor. It is from your order. And as a tsunami roars towards Pontus Iafita, you can feel your boat getting caught up in it.
Genevieve grabs one of Bond's arms.
Yeah. The figure now just and all the sigils kind of launch together at this central figure. He slams his staff down in the center of the floating wooden platform, his abilities magically amplified by the combined sorcery of the Qalamkari delegation, the mages of the Public Rescue Service, and the Kipsalian artificers of the Puritan Enclave. Magic zooms out directly into the middle of this wave, slicing it like a blade. The sea in its middle, completely placid, as now two waves are redirected harmlessly miles away from the coastline of Pontus Iafita, the city of bridges.
You've been listening to Fictioneers Presents Weave. This episode, We Come in Peace, featured performances by Diego Camanguian as Bon, Julia Pisello Duga as Hippodamo, Marq Schuling as Arlo, TJ Martin as Fee, Zelda Migneron as Genevieve, and Clark Nichols as our loving and benevolent chef. This episode was produced by Zelda Migneron. It was edited by Julia Pisello Duga and sound designed and scored by TJ Martin, with additional music by Zelda Migneron. Weave features art by Marq Schuling. The YouTube version was edited by Zelda Migneron with art by Marq Schuling and Julia Pisello Duga. If you enjoyed this episode, leave us a like or a comment and subscribe to get notified when future episodes release. Share us online and rate us on iTunes or Spotify. Follow us on Tumblr, Blue Sky, and TikTok at Fictioneers Podcast. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next time on Weave.